On today's menu is a mixed vegetable curry that has a creamy gravy, and you are going to love it. Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. I have used tofu, but you can also use paneer. I will be first frying the tofu, for which I have taken 3 tablespoons of oil. When the oil gets warm, add about 1/4 teaspoon each of turmeric powder and Kashmiri chilli powder. Please remember that the oil should be barely warm when adding these spice powders, or else they may burn and bring in a bitter flavor. I always use firm or extra firm tofu for making curries. Discard the water if your tofu comes in a box submerged in water. Sprinkle some salt on the tofu and fry them on medium heat on both the sides till they turn golden brown in color. I do not like to fry them too much as I feel they become very rubbery. But if you like it to be deep brown, then please go for it. Take them out into a bowl once they become golden brown in color. In the remaining oil, I added chopped mushrooms. Then chopped onions and green bell peppers go in. Add a sprinkle of salt and pepper and stir the veggies on high heat for about 3 minutes. You can also use red, orange or yellow bell peppers. You can also use green beans and thinly sliced carrots. If adding carrots and beans, you need to stir them longer till they are half done. Green bell peppers taste horrible if overcooked, so I took them out onto a bowl after frying for about 3 to 4 minutes on high heat. Okay, so I added 2 more tablespoons of oil and heated it on medium heat. Once the oil turns hot, add a teaspoon of cumin seeds. I did add a dry red chilli and fried it briefly, and then took it out as I would like to use it as a garnish at the end. I added chopped onions along with salt and fried the onions on medium heat till they turned golden brown. When they look like this, add a teaspoon each of finely grated ginger and garlic. Fry the ginger and garlic on medium heat for about 1 or 2 minutes. After that comes in an interesting ingredient, that is gram flour, also known as besan. I use 2 teaspoons of besan. If besan is unavailable at your place, you can also use garbanzo bean flour or plain flour, but fry it on medium heat very well, or else it will give a chalky kind of after flavor. Then heat low, add a splash of water, and it is spice time. A teaspoon of turmeric powder, a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chilli powder, and 2 heaped teaspoons of any curry powder. I have a video on how to make curry powder at home. You can click on the YouTube card running above if you want to make your own. Fry the spice powders for a minute on low heat, and then I added about 1/3 of a cup of pureed tomatoes. I used 2 large ripe red tomatoes and pureed them in my blender. You can also use canned crushed tomatoes. Fry everything on medium heat for a few minutes till it reaches this kind of a thick jelly-like consistency. Then comes in the creaminess, that is 1/2 cup of coconut milk. Now, my husband doesn't like the flavor of coconut, that's why I diluted it with another 1/2 cup of hot water. But if you're a fan of coconut, then you can use a cup of coconut milk and forget about diluting it with water in that case. I also added a teaspoon of salt. Then cover it on medium-low heat for 5 to 6 minutes. After that, lid off and add the fried tofu along with the veggies. Then comes the aromatics, a teaspoon of crushed kasuri methi, that is dried fenugreek leaves, and 1/2 teaspoon of garam masala powder. Do a taste test and adjust the seasonings. I felt the need to add more chili powder, so I added a teaspoon more of Kashmiri red chili powder. Again, cover on for 3 more minutes. After 3 minutes, you have this pot of deliciousness that is so very tasty. I added some chopped coriander leaves and fresh red chilies. Before signing off today, I would like to thank each one of you for your get well soon wishes that you've sent through your comments. Reading each one of your comments, I started feeling so much better thinking about my caring and loving YouTube family. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Love you all, my friends. Bye bye and take care.